Good morning and welcome to Orchids 365. This is part 2 of my November What's in Bloom. It's officially fall and I cannot wait to feel it in the temperature here in Florida. I'm excited to share. It's a fairly young plant and it's a first time bloomer. So it is Taiwan Chameleon. It's a Mickey Freckles crossed with Maikai, and it's so adorable, and I have it receiving highlight, so the flower sometimes is a little more white and with these freckles, but this one has very strong pigmentation, more like a hot pink. I don't think that the video does it justice. It's adorable. So it is only one bloom, but it's a fairly young plant, so I'm looking forward to it getting big and beautiful and having more blooms. And I wanted to start back here because that just made my morning. And then the radiata has all the spikes open and it smells like a bakery back here. So sweet and delicious. I love this. Maria, if you're watching, I love this so much. She makes me so happy. The flower is shaped beautifully. The fragrance is to die for, and since it has 3 spikes, oof, even better. I'm super excited also because I did an unboxing, remember, earlier in the month, and it was the spotted clown, one of the ones in the box from Palmer's that my friend Vincent got me. So the spotted clown is a nodosa with a lulu, with a Cattleya lulu. It's a really cool cross. So it's starting to open, so the colors will start loading, the spots will start loading, and look, it's blooming. It already had a bud and it already bloomed. So if you're watching, Vincent, I'm so excited. I'll be recording it as the days go by. You might see stronger pigmentation on it. And Julio up to no good. Julio, what are you doing? He's hunting something, looking for something to play with. So yeah, I started back here because those blooms made me so happy today. And then look how adorable. You know what this one reminds me of? Like coral under the sea. This is the Bracteosum, and I just got it for that reason. It's just so pretty, and it's in a pot that is a work of art from my friend Marcia from Orchid Pottery. It has mermaids and seahorses, and she's been there since I got her, and every year she gets bigger, more beautiful, and I get more blooms. It reminds me a lot of the Hibiki, which unfortunately my first Hibiki didn't make it, but this one is a bit more tolerant, a little less finicky, so I'm happy with it. I'm glad I got her. And my little baby Thailand constellation is sitting there that I got at the plant sale. I think it's called Florida Ghost. Is doing amazing things. I got gifted this little leaf, and all of these leaves are new, you guys, and there's like some variegation. Oh my god. The foliage on that one is amazing. So back to the orchids, show you what's happening over there. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention, this is one of my oldest coffee plants, and it has so many little coffee berries, and when they get red, you pick them and you peel them. And this year I think I finally have enough to brew it and taste it, because I've always been curious, and since now it's so mature, I have a lot of berries, and I'll keep you updated on how that goes, because I have another one here. They grow beautifully under the mango tree because they need a lot of shade and a lot of water. Let me see what I have going on here with my ground orchid. Is thriving. She's super happy. I moved her there temporarily, and I don't want to move her now because she's loving it. Constant blooming. And then we have this beautiful bloom, one of my surviving Oncidiums, and it has another spike. It never came with an ID, but I have the name and I can share it here of certain people have sent me what they think it's called, and that's always a neat one, just in time for spooky season. It's really cool. When I did the part 1, this one was starting, and now it's almost fully open. Look at this adorable little thing. Definitely one of the most unique species orchids that I have, because it just looks like it's a labellum. That's it, the labellum of the orchid. That's what it reminds me of. And then the more light you give it, the more pigmentation you will see on the flower. So if the light is lower, it will be mostly white, but I like to hit it with that light so I can see the veining. I just think it just gives the flower more character, more texture. It's just so pretty. And this one, you guys, I adore. Wallace Paradise. It's a little stars with a cowdebeck. And okay, there's a plane, so I hope I'm gonna stop talking so you can hear me. It was gifted to me by Lee, Hawaiian Orchids, I believe in January, and this thing has not stopped blooming. Right now I'm looking at 2 spikes, about 4 flowers, and it starts off like this, and then it starts loading up the pigmentation. Right now it's looking a lot like the spotted clown I just showed you, but let's see, let's give it time, because a lot of color changing orchids, they, you know, like the yellow bird that I totally walked by, which I'm going to show you now, with the purple and the yellow. So I really like the labellum on this one. Very, very pretty. Every time I come outside, I put ice cubes in his little water bowls that I have scattered all over the yard, and he loves it. So he's there hydrating. So I still don't have the flowers on this one, but we had a lot of thunderstorms and a lot of the buds blasted. It is possible that I lost that entire flower spike, which makes me really sad. A few flowers look like we will survive, but it happens when you grow outside. Gotta show the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? So before I go over there, so my Violeta, she's ancient, she's almost as tall as the pole, has a double spike way up there because she just loves the light. Let's see. Look at that. It's classic beauty for us blue-loving orchid growers. It's way up there. These things get monsters, but also worth it. I'm just gonna zoom out so you could appreciate this. Oh, and then it just keeps going. Sorry, I have my drying rack here. And boom. Soon I'm gonna have to start rolling them up so they don't attach to the ground. My cotton candy Dendrobium has been pushing out a lot of spikes. So pretty. I love looking up there and seeing all that color. Look how many beautiful canes and leaves we're getting here on my phylum. And then I love how Maleficent always blooms in time for the spooky season and the fall. I call her Maleficent. Very, very dark, beautiful Dendrobium on my piece of driftwood, where I have Dendrobiums and Calleas and a little bit of everything. This one's blooming. So pretty, right? So rich. Before I head out to show you the rest of the orchids, I bet you already saw this one because I posted it as soon as I purchased it. It's extremely fragrant, and I think I found a great pot for it. What do you guys think? Perfect hint of purple and pink. So I'm probably just gonna put her right there because this one needs to be in a pot with a lot of aeration. And again, I'll feature the ID. It is an SVO. It's a Leo di Glossa, dark blue, crossed with an interglossa, Cerulean. And I have another cross out there with one of these, but I don't know if it's never flowered, but I'm excited that I snagged this one up. I was not supposed to buy anything, but as usual, this one just jumped up on my table, and I'm trying to behave because in November I will visit some nurseries and temptation is everywhere. Speaking of orchid sales, I'm gonna go ahead and drop the flyer here for the Del Rey show in October 21st, I believe. And I also found the list of vendors, and I'm gonna put it in here because there's not gonna be, unfortunately, any sales next month in Ophi because they're gonna be very busy attending shows. So I hope to see some of you guys in Delray Beach. It's gonna be my debut in that show. I was invited by the Orchid Society. I will be alongside Glass House Creations. We're gonna be sharing a booth. And Blanca's gonna be there with her amazing candles, Carol Smith, so many. I'm gonna drop it in there because I don't remember all of the vendors off of the top of my head. It is indoors, so and I've heard it's a very, very nice show. Looking forward to being there. So I have not put these on my page. This is a new model that I'm testing out. So I'm gonna establish my orchid in it. And if you have a suggestion for a name, because you know I like to name all my pots. When I see it, for some reason, I don't know if it's the colors or the pattern, I have like mermaid vibes. So that maybe had to do with her name. So if you have a good idea for a name for this pot, let me know in the comments. I would appreciate it. Thank you so much. So I came to the front to show you that after those torrential downpours, this one is still trying to open, and I think that my gram, see that? Oh, something's coming up there, new growth over there, but this one could it be a flower spike? These guys have been trying to make a comeback since they were caught in that cold weather. This one also has a spike. Happy. And then I have this one starting to open up. Soon I'll be able to remove all those ugly zip ties. Look how pretty. Two spikes. And I know I showed you that one last time, but I want you to see how it's still going strong. And I want to take this opportunity to thank everybody that went to show me love and support this past weekend at Ophi. It means the world to me. People that introduced themselves, that are new, that complimented my work, my channel. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. You have no idea how much your kind words mean to me and to a small business. So with that being said, I just wish you a happy week ahead. Lots of health, lots of happiness. Most importantly, please be kind. Happy growing. See you next time.